How do you actually read every single scientific paper ever published? I mean, it's a serious question. In modern research, we're facing this totally insurmountable problem of information overload. For a human being, just staying on top of the sheer volume of stuff published every day and then somehow finding those vital connections between all of it, it's practically physically impossible. The knowledge is definitely out there, but our human capacity to process it? Yeah, it's hit a brick wall. So, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into the golden age of research, AI in scientific discovery. We're going to look at some incredible insights from the leadership at Google Research to really understand how artificial intelligence, well, it isn't just some shiny new tool, it's actually an entirely new accelerator for the scientific method itself. If you're a focused learner looking to understand exactly how AI is completely revolutionizing the lab, you are in the exact right place. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the bottleneck of science. Then we'll officially meet your new AI co-scientist and walk step by step through how that collaboration actually works. After that, we'll talk about bridging different scientific domains, building models with a tool called ERA, and finally wrap up with why we are literally entering a golden age. All right, starting off with section 1, the bottleneck of science, or what we can think of as the information explosion. There is this really great observation that science is this pretty amazing cathedral of knowledge, built layer by layer. And it's true, right? That perfectly highlights the beauty of the scientific method. As Isaac Newton famously said, he stood on the shoulders of giants. You have to rigorously validate the previous layer of knowledge to safely build the next one. But here's the rub. There are simply way too many layers being added every single day right now, with the massive explosion of papers, especially on platforms like Archive, where researchers just published instantly, without waiting months for conference approvals. Researchers have hit a huge bottleneck. You simply can't build on knowledge if you don't even know it exists. Doing a fully comprehensive literature review, honestly, it's just humanly impossible now. So, to break through that bottleneck, we really need a new approach. That brings us to section 2, meeting your AI co-scientist. Essentially your new virtual lab. So what exactly is it? Well, the AI co-scientist is a multi-agent system designed to act as a virtual lab. It assists researchers with massive-scale literature reviews and helps generate completely novel hypotheses. But listen, it is absolutely crucial to understand that this is not about replacing human scientists. No way. Instead, it acts as a massive amplifier of human ingenuity. It's a super advanced virtual lab partner that handles the impossible scale of modern data. It does the heavy lifting so that the human researcher can step in and apply their actual intuition and judgment. Okay, moving right along to section 3. Let's look at the exact steps of AI collaboration and what this brand new research workflow actually looks like in practice. Here's how this whole process works step by step. Step 1 is the literature search. You pose a research question. Let's say you're looking into drug repurposing for a specific condition. The AI co-scientist instantly sifts through a vast, nearly infinite ocean of scientific literature. Then step 2 is hypothesis generation. Based on all that deep reading it just did, the AI starts connecting the dots to form novel ideas. Step 3 is filtering and ranking. Because the system might come up with a whole bunch of hypotheses, it acts kind of like a search engineer. It filters out the noise and ranks the top 10 most viable hypotheses for the human researcher to actually consider. And finally, step 4 is literature validation. The AI takes those top hypotheses and checks them back against existing data, just to make sure they actually hold up to rigorous scientific scrutiny. To kind of ground these abstract workflow steps we just went through, let's look at a real-world micro case study. This involves researchers over at Imperial College London who were studying a very specific type of bacteria. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer scale of the time saved. 10 years versus 2 days. Think about that. The human researchers at Imperial College had been studying this specific bacteria for almost a decade to arrive at a hypothesis that they hadn't even published yet. Well, when they posed their exact same research question to the AI co-scientist, the system arrived at that very same hypothesis in just 2 days. And not only that, it actually presented additional, totally novel hypotheses that the human team hadn't even considered. The lead professor on the project described the experience simply as working with an amazing collaborator. I mean, a decade's work in a weekend? That's a true game changer. That brings us to section 4, bridging scientific domains, or having a polymath in your pocket. There is a very specific reason this AI is so incredibly good at generating new ideas. You see, historically, human researchers have been heavily incentivized, and practically forced really, to hyper-specialize in a single, narrow domain just to stay at the cutting edge of their field. But we know the real magic in scientific discovery usually happens when you start connecting insights across different silo disciplines. And that is incredibly hard for a single human to do. Now, contrast that with the AI co-scientist. It acts as a true polymath. It's simultaneously scanning across all scientific disciplines at once. It can connect biology with physics or chemistry with epidemiology in real time. As researchers have put it, it's literally having a brilliant polymath right in your pocket. Of course, once you have a brilliant hypothesis, you actually have to test it, right? So let's jump into Section 5, Building Models with ERI, and how we are automating the tedious parts of science. Let's quickly define ERA, which stands for Empirical Research Assistance. This is an AI tool that automatically searches and tunes parameters for scorable problems. In science, once you have your hypothesis, you almost always need to build a computational model. And building and fine-tuning these models manually, it is notoriously tedious work. It can take a researcher days, weeks, or even months of just endless trial and error. Well, ERA automates the whole shebang. It can search through thousands of different models and parameter spaces basically instantly. And the real-world impact of this? ERA recently enabled 8 brand new papers in the highly prestigious journal Nature. And those spanned entirely different fields from cosmology to epidemiology to engineering. And this brilliantly illustrates how all these individual tools come together into a complete, interconnected ecosystem, the Gemini for Science suite. You've got the AI co-scientists doing the hypothesis generation and vast literature search. Then you have ERA and AlphaEvolve stepping in for the complex computational modeling, automatically testing and building out theoretical structures. And on top of that, you have tools like NotebookLM helping researchers synthesize those deep literature insights into a readable, actionable format. Working all together, they just strip away all the tedious bottlenecks of the scientific process. It completely frees the human up to focus on high-level judgment and direction. So, what does this all lead to? Let's look at Section 6, the Golden Age, and the democratization of discovery. The ultimate takeaway here is incredibly powerful. We're talking about empowering the random grad student in Iowa. So what does that actually mean? Well, historically, to make a massive scientific breakthrough, you needed decades of highly specific domain experience, you needed a massive team, you needed access to an incredibly well-funded physical lab. You kind of needed all of that just to get a seat at the table. But now, by amplifying human ingenuity with these new AI tools, we are completely leveling the playing field. A passionate junior researcher, or say, a master's student in Iowa with a great idea, now has a world-class virtual lab and a literal polymath in their pocket. They can test ideas, build models, and potentially find a cure for a major disease without needing 50 years of tenure under their belt. And that leaves us with one incredibly provocative final question. If everyone gets a virtual lab, what will you discover? The bottleneck of information overload is finally being cleared. The barrier to entry for world-changing scientific discovery, it's literally just been shattered. We are truly entering a golden age of research, driven entirely by human-AI collaboration. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning, and we'll see you next time.